Hello, my name is Eric Anderson and I'm the founder of Promether. Today we're going to talk about going beyond the blockchain and what this means. So there's an interesting quote that I fell in love with about a year ago, and that is, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, not a Merkle tree. So some of you out there might find that it's supposed to be a joke, but it is the truth. So blockchain problems. I thought the blockchain was perfect. You're telling me the blockchain has problems? Well, Benjamin Franklin once said, "Make yourselves sheep, and the wolves will eat you." And that's exactly what we've done recently with the blockchain. So going beyond the blockchain means we first must identify the most critical problems with the blockchain and then find a resolution to fix those problems. So problem number one is the architecture of the blockchain. I'm a software engineer, and from a software engineering perspective, the blockchain, most particularly the proof-of-work algorithm and the entire data structure that supports the proof-of-work algorithm, or the Merkle tree, is possibly the worst possible choice for a data structure and an algorithm that we could have. There's scalability concerns, there's performance concerns, and then obviously the environmental concerns with hashing and ASICs and the proof-of-work algorithm. But who cares if the blockchain can really compete with Visa's concurrent transaction volume, right? I mean, does it matter that the blockchain, and BTC in particular, can only manage 7 transactions per second compared to Visa's 56,000? Does that really matter? Well, it should matter, because it's a flawed architecture in its current state. If some of you have seen the most recent documentary, Banking on Bitcoin, on Netflix, it's worth a view. In Banking on Bitcoin, Satoshi is said to have a conversation with Julian Assange. WikiLeaks was recently denied payment processing from Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express. And so in desperation, Julian Assange reaches out to Satoshi and says, "I hear you have a crypto platform where we can get donations without the approval of payment processors." And Satoshi says, "Please don't use Bitcoin. It's not ready yet for mass adoption." But Julian Assange goes ahead and uses it anyway, because without it, WikiLeaks would have failed. Bitcoin, proof-of-work algorithms, and the entire blockchain right now is nothing more than an academic proof of concept. It was a research paper with a simple implementation that got out of hand and quickly was adopted by the masses. Now, the blockchain is not without merit. It solves a couple of amazing problems. It solves the Byzantine generals problem. It solves the double spend problem. But the most important contribution of the blockchain has nothing to do with either. It solves what we refer to as the growth cost problem. What that means is we finally found a way to incentivize nodes to add to the capacity of decentralized networks and grow a decentralized network to meet the needs of the entire world. So the second problem with the blockchain is there's too much greed with it. Now, greed is good, as Gordon Gekko said in Wall Street, but is greed enough? Who benefits from current blockchain technology? Right now, there's only really 3 groups of people that benefit: exchanges, miners, and investors. 99.9% of the world doesn't benefit at all from any blockchain technology. What about missionaries? What about political dissidents? What about people who don't have wallets? How are they benefiting from what we're building out today? Most of them don't, and in my opinion, that's a problem. So we need to find a future beyond the greed, a future beyond the blockchain. The third problem, and this might cause a little bit of unrest at a conference like this. The third problem with the blockchain is ICOs. Most ICOs either overpromise, underdeliver, are outright scams, or all the above. Yes, you heard it right. Over 90%, I would even say probably 95% of ICOs are scams and don't deliver according to the promises. It's because they can't. And it's because we give them money up front without requiring a product first. The way the real world works is if I go buy a pair of jeans, I'm given the pair of jeans, and then I give them my credit card or my cash or my crypto. That's how ICOs should work as well. So it's time we start expecting more from our ICOs. Anybody can come up with a good idea. Anybody. You, me, anybody in the world. An ICO should be more than a flashy website and a well-formatted white paper. Those who can't build a successful product do an ICO. So, product first, then crowdfunding. Next time you're speaking with somebody who is a member or founder or part of an ICO, don't give them $1 until they first deliver a product. Crowdfunds should never happen until they deliver a product. Remember, go up to an ICO here at this conference. Oh, we're having a public ICO, blah, blah, blah. We're making such and such that's going to cure cancer and save the world and put people on Mars. Excellent. Good for you. What are you delivering before I give you even $1? And if they say nothing, walk away. Now, moving beyond the blockchain means we have to understand where technology is going. The future of technology in the next decade or two is the decentralization of the cloud. All of our information is going to be decentralized in the cloud. The blockchain is not the final destination. It is merely one of the first points, a waypoint en route to that. Data. Data, my friends, is the prize. The decentralization of ownership, control, and accessibility of that data is the future. The end is near for Facebook, Twitter, Dropbox, and any other company that benefits from the collection and aggregation and reselling of our personal information. Facebook will not be around in 10 years. I'm calling it right here, right now. Twitter will not be around in 10 years. We'll talk in 10 years, and you'll see that my prediction is right. Perhaps I'm a little bit prophetic here, but there's no reason for Facebook. And let me be honest with you, this scares the hell out of Mark Zuckerberg because he knows we don't need him anymore. So the best way we can send a clear and concise message to the centralized architectures of the world is by not using their products. In closing, what are we to do to get beyond the blockchain? Expect more of our ICOs. Product first. If an ICO doesn't give you something tangible before they go to crowd sale, tell them no and start today. No more ERC20 tokens. Bad. Move beyond that. No more single vertical markets. I don't care if you are the blockchain of X, Y, or Z. You need to be the blockchain of more. Expect more of our blockchains. No more Merkle trees. No more proof of work algorithms. And no more Bitmain or ASICs. In fact, I'll give you another prediction. Don't buy into Bitmain's IPO. They're not going to be around in 5 years. Expect more of our leaders. No centralized authorities. Take back control of our data and implement better data structures like distributed hash graphs and distributed hash tables. My name is Eric James Anderson, and I'm the founder of Promether. Thank you for your time.